tells me to step outside the building without saying it out loud. What does she want? Once outside, I see Mio and GA and the principal. GA, principal, good evening. GA responds to me, but not the principal. His eyes are closed. It looks like he is lost in thought. I can tell that something is not right. Something bad must have happened. I need to talk to you, Mayabara. Doesn't sound very good. Are you going to the Child Consultation Center again tomorrow? Yeah. It's our mission to fight until they save Satoko. I don't know if I will get as many supporters as today, but we're going back there again. Right, Mio? Mayabara. I know you've already made a plan for tomorrow, but after that, I think you should wait and see what they do. I expected this. I got the warning from Oishi last night. Are you warning me, Chie? If things get any bigger, the officials of the village will notice the commotion. That's what you're telling me to quit. That's why you're telling me to quit, isn't it? Mayabara, I think what you're doing is a good thing. I think it's right that you should pursue what you believe. However, she stops talking. She was supporting us until just yesterday. She even came to the Child Consultation Center with us on the second day. But now she's saying something completely different. I feel shock and disbelief. Keitron, let me defend her. Chie is still supporting us individually. However, well, is she being pressured by the Board of Education or something? Chie will not bow to pressure. You have no idea how courageous she is. She ignored the Board of Education and came to our school when the Hinamizawa school was still not approved by the government. I think Mion told me that story before. The school was closed when the dam conflict happened. However, the villagers still came to the school to learn. But there were no teachers because the school was not operating. That's when Chie came to school. After they won the dam conflict, the Sonozaki family and other villagers made an appeal and the school was finally officially approved. Our school did not have an easy start. The government was against the school, but the villagers forced them to approve of it. Chie came along with us to petition the other day. It was a courageous act for her. But now the people who want to close the school are paying attention to what we're doing. Basically, Chie can't support us openly anymore. Chie looks down as Mion talks. I've never seen her as sad as this. If it was just about me, I wouldn't care about what happened. I don't want to be a teacher who can't even fight for her own student. But I can't put the whole school in jeopardy. I don't know who told her this. Whoever they are, they threatened her and told her not to make any more noise. They told her that if she doesn't stop, they will close the school. Oishi told me about this yesterday. He told it in this very same spot. He warned me that I would end up having trouble with the old people in this village because they're still against the Hojo family. He told you that? Well, that's actually right. Mion looks down as does Chie. I always thought Chie and Mion were stronger people. As I see both of them looking down, I feel like we reached a dead end. You were just at the Child Consultation Center with us. You told everyone to come again tomorrow. Who are you now, Mion? Then I realized something. You're being an asshole. Fuck off. The village leader was the one who took her outside the building first. Did he? I see. He called you out here to talk about this, didn't he? Well, kind of. It's painful to see her strange smile. Oh, God, yes it is. She was only out here with him for about 10 minutes. What the hell did he tell her that crushed her like this? I don't know, probably we're going to shut down everything. Fuck off. Probably something relating to Keiichi, because terrible people are terrible. Mion, Chie, the two of you are the strongest people I know. I respect you very much. I just can't see what made you change your opinion so easily. I'm not going to be mad at them. They were passionate about saving Satoko. I feel nothing but pity toward them. Mayabara, I don't know what to say. You don't need to apologize. I talked to her in an angry voice. I've had enough of this now. Tell me something. Why do old people in the village hate the Hojo family that much? The damn conflict is over. Satoko is totally innocent, isn't she? Why do they still hate her so much? Who hates her? Whose fault is this? I'm going to talk with that person. Oh, God. I don't think anyone hates the Hojo family. What? What are you saying? The Hojo family was the enemy of the village during the dam conflict. The whole village believed that. But after Satoko's parents died, people started realizing that Satoko is innocent. But no one has come forward to forgive the Hojo family. Let me explain. Shion. It's not just Shion. Rena and Rika are there too. What the fuck? Oh, you pieces of shit. They came out here to check on me and overheard what we were talking about. This village is still afraid of the Hojo family. It doesn't mean that they're scared of her family. They're afraid that if you interact with the family, you'll be treated as a scapegoat in the village too. In other words, if you save a member of the Hojo family, you might get attacked by the village, just like them. They're still afraid of that feeling years after the conflict. Is that true? Everyone was being nice to Satoko in school. Only the old people are involved in this. However, they're the core of the village. They all believe that the leader of the Sonozaki family, my grandma, is feeling that way. But that's not true. My grandma is still afraid too. She thinks that if she forgives the Hojo family, she'll lose the trust from the elderly people in the village. This is complicated. So what do you mean? Who am I supposed to beat up? No one. The truth is, no one really hates the Hojo family. They all think we should forgive them. But they can't come forward with that opinion. They believe that everyone else still hates the Hojo family. So they are misunderstanding each other. That's right. You can ask the people individually. You'll see that no one really hates Satoko. Her parents' death was the closure of that hatred. After her parents died, my grandma told everyone not to bother the Hojo family anymore. However, she didn't tell the people to forgive them. That's probably because of my dad. Rika's father? Why is that? Because he defended him, and he ended up dying? My dad was so laid back, so people started saying that he didn't deserve to be a leader anymore. Rika's father was a very relaxed guy. I think he was able to determine the situation calmly. But the people who were burning up the dam project were seeking for an aggressive leader. That's why my grandma came forward and acted as an aggressive leader in order to unite the whole village. Since she's acting as an aggressive leader, she can't publicly announce that she's going to forgive the Hojo family. Right. Old people think that it's important not to change one's mind. They can't change their policy that easily. But that's terrible. People are not forgiving Satoko, but they're blaming that on other people. They can't forgive her because they're afraid of what other people might think of them. That's awful. During the dam project, a few households actually thought it was okay to vacate their homes since they were getting money from the government, but they couldn't say it out loud. But the Hojo family came forward with their opinion and announced that they were willing to vacate. People gained courage after seeing them, and they almost established a group of people who agreed to leave. I'm sure you know about this by now, but in order to protest something, everyone has to have the same opinion. It's important that the whole village is on the same page. Before the dam conflict, Hinamizawa was starting to break up. They said that it was because my dad was such a lazy leader. He thought they would never build a dam. He believed that we could have a peaceful resolution by negotiating. People thought that was why some people started agreeing to leave. Supporters of the plan to evacuate, that sounds strange. It's the first I heard of it. People in the village always call them the dam project supporters. She's right. They usually call their enemies dam project supporters. It sounds worse if you call them dam project supporters than if you called them evacuation supporters, doesn't it? Calling them evacuation supporters makes it sound like they're peaceful people who don't want to fight. But calling them dam project supporters makes it sound like, let's see, it sounds more like a group of enemies trying to submerge the village underwater. Exactly. It's all a thing of optics. That's all it is. Obviously, you're gonna make... That's easy propaganda. It's all about appearances. It's eerie. He came outside because we've been out here for a long time. The village of Hinamizawa was brimming with what seemed with the sense of unity. Mr. Furude was not able to unite the village. The Sonozaki family figured that they could seize power if they were able to unite the village aggressively. I'm starting to understand now. Let me rephrase this. In order to unite the village, they attacked the Hojo family who betrayed the community. They used them to intimidate other people. People started being afraid of them, so they changed their minds and started protesting against the dam project. They held that if you were to interact with the Hojo family, you were probably a supporter of the dam project. That's why everyone kept a distance from them. They acted like they didn't see them, and when someone from the family talked to them, they ignored it. Initially, they were only targeting Satoko's parents, but eventually the whole family was seen as a target. As a result, her uncle and aunt were caught in the line of fire, too. It's ironic. That was the reason they started abusing Satoko. Her uncle and aunt were not supporting the dam project, but because of her parents, they were also attacked. After Satoko's parents died, they were forced to take care of the two children. I see. I finally see the whole picture. The dam conflict is over and Satoko's parents are dead. I think the Sonozaki family should speak out in public and forgive the Hojo family. But once again, there's an issue. My grandma's afraid that she will lose the trust from the elderly people in the village if she publicly forgives the Hojo family. I understand that. I heard this directly from my grandma, so I am sure about this. All she could do was to tell everyone not to bother the Hojo family anymore. When she dies, she wants the next leader to declare the end of the dam conflict and stop discriminating against the Hojo family. Go figure, Mion has to fix every other problem. Wow, even getting shit on further on in the future when she doesn't have to deal with shit. Or at least when we don't, getting more shit on even after the 58th Showa, June. My mom is aware of that too. I heard about it from Mom too. That's just my grandma's pride. Let me ask you this. I believe that the village leader and his people threatened Mion and Chie about closing the school. How about them? Do they still have bitter feeling toward the Hojo family? It's ironic. Even Father Kiyoshi thinks that no one in the village hates the Hojo family. This is a sad thing. The dam conflict is not completely over for them yet. They're still afraid that they will be attacked if they interact with the Hojo family. But people like Rika and you are interacting with them. I'm young and I don't have a tight relationship with the old people in the village. Plus Rika is special. She's the rebirth of Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama was the one who united humans and demons, which means she was able to stay with Satoko even though Satoko is not accepted by the villagers, i.e. unite what seemingly opposite sides of the spectrum, enemies and allies, which makes sense. I'm starting to understand how difficult it was for Satoko to stay in this village. She was so energetic and bright in school and during the club activity. I thought that was her world. But I had no idea how she felt when she was walking alone in the village. She probably went grocery shopping knowing that people were going to ignore her. She felt the coldness from other people, but she was standing strong on her feet. I had no idea she was going through something like that. I thought she went through tough times during the dam conflict, but I had no clue that she was struggling to this day. What a sad story. It's ridiculous. Do you feel that way too, Rena? I feel exactly the same. No one feels bitter towards Satoko, but everyone is afraid that something bad will happen to them if they interact with her. Whose fault is this? Who is to be blamed? It's no one's fault. but they blame everyone. They can't forgive her. Yeah. This was a positive matter, all would be well. If this was a positive matter, all would be well. People would act kindly and help each other. But the case of the Hojo family is totally opposite. It's spreading like a mold, and no one can do anything about it. What do you do with the rotten tatami mat? You have no choice but to toss it and get a new one. So the village leader is pressuring us not because he hates Satoko. He's doing it so he thinks that it lets us run free. That if he lets us run free, he might get attacked by someone in this village. I call that someone the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Everyone is afraid of that someone, even though he doesn't exist. So that someone is not a real human. I'm interested in Shion's theory. Everyone is following the rules because they're afraid of that someone. However, even though the leaders of this village are afraid of the same thing. Everyone in the village is following the rules because they're afraid of someone who doesn't even exist. They're still following the rules of the damn conflict, thinking that they'll be attacked if they forgive Satoko. Who the hell is that someone? They could only call it the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama cursed the Hojo family because they supported the dam project. They still believe that, and Satoko is struggling because of it. Oyashiro-sama will not curse Satoko. She thinks Satoko is adorable. Please don't use her name for something horrible like that. Rika makes a sad face. She's the maiden of Oyashiro-sama and the rebirth of Oyashiro-sama. I don't think there's a curse in this village at all. I still like that Rika does drop everything and says the absolute truth about Hanyu and says oh yeah, this female is oh, she really likes sweet stuff, and it's actually true. But they just pass it off that, it's just this little cute little girl making all this up. So it's kind of funny in that sense, because it's hilarious in that way, because no one would take her seriously, because she's just a young little girl. I don't think there's a curse in this village at all. It's all in people's minds. If that's the case, this is not the Child Consultation Center's fault. I think the whole village bears the responsibility. Yes, I think so too. I thought petitioning to the Child Consultation Center would solve the problem, but that's not going to do anything. A run's telling them, huh? We can't just clean the surface. Even if the Child Consultation Center saves Satoko, that's nothing but a temporary fix. I guess we need to pull out the rotten tatami mat so we can save her for good. I think those tatami mats are assembled right in this place. I agree. Most of them are within a 20-meter radius from here. Okay, Chan and Hana, what are you guys trying to do? Yeah. You're deeply involved with the village. I know you feel hesitant to say Satoko is one of the few people in the village. I understand why you and Chie almost gave up because of the pressure. But I have nothing to lose. Yeah you do, actually. My barn. Are you going to? Right here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get rid of the rotten tatami mat. Okay, so so you know that auction. Yeah, you're not gonna do that for one. I mean, that's already out the fucking window. There's also a lot of other pressures they can apply on you. It's gonna be really hard to do anything in the village. You're not gonna be able to shop very efficiently either. You'll probably never see any sales happen. People are gonna be a lot less helpful towards you. People are gonna be more distant towards you. It's not going to be helpful if you do it right here, right now. I figured he was just gonna go to Mion's house and talk to Oryu, and that's it. Are you going to join me, Ren? Yeah. I'm tougher than you think. I know. But you should settle down a little bit. I feel like you could blow up a school if you get too serious. Yeah, no shit. I think you could beat up someone with a metal bat if you got too serious. Yeah, that's funny. We're both pretty tough, huh? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't joke around with friends in that sense. What the fuck? That's really far for a joke. I could imagine you shoot up a school. I mean, that's not funny at all. The hell? That's like, there's dark humor, and then there's just morbidly terrible shit that happens. I guess that's why I don't see it funny, because like they think it's like that ridiculous, but it happens. That's where it doesn't make it funny. Jesus Christ. Because Rena would kill 20, 30 people. And it's like, Jesus, what the fuck's wrong with you? Let's go. Keiichi beat the shit out of 2 helpless girls that were just trying to help him. And that's great. Yeah, I condone that, and then claws out his own throat. I understand your position, Leon. You don't have to come with me. Just leave if you think things are going to get out of control. This is more dangerous than any club activity. I'm damn serious about this. I mean, I'm sorry, but I would not expect her to do it because she is going to be the next leader. It is a really, really risky thing for her to do. Like, there's no way you can blame her for not doing this, for the sheer fact that she has so much more in stake for this. Because it is her future that would be completely down the drain in an instant. They could immediately just say, yeah, you're not going to inherit it anymore. Like, it's just, so much can go wrong for her. She loses her job, she loses everything, they take away the school. It destroys that. It takes away her teaching license. I mean, there's a lot of things they can do for both of these people. Keiichi's not thinking long-term, either. She can't agree with me as the next leader of the family, but she stares at me and gives me approval for what I'm about to do. Okay. If you're going to take the risk, I'm coming with you too. Damn. Strong as fuck. I would not have blamed her if she hadn't gone. That's what I'm gonna say. Because she has a lot to lose. Keiichi has a lot to lose, of course, because she still has a future in this village, most likely. And a lot of things are going to be hard. It would also put social pressures on her on Leon regarding Keiichi and how she feels towards him. Especially if every old person hates him. And he's like a next enemy of the village. That kind of situation, it really puts a large burden on her, so he's not thinking about her in the future as well. But, God, that's impressive. That's the way to go. Just watch how I'll take care of this. What about you, Shikan? Fortunately, I have nothing to lose. I'll support you guys. Yeah, she's fine. She's already an outcast. It's like, you're not supposed to be here anyway. I understand your stance, Principal. We're not in school right now. Please forgive what we're about to do next. You're right. I'm not your teacher right now. We'll respect your idea. I'm supporting you guys too. If they want me out of the village, I'm willing to close the clinic. It's a natural thing for a master to save his future mate. Yes, I can feel the power from everyone. Give me your energy. I'm not going to try to calm down. I need to fire myself up for this. As I turn back, I see Oishi and my dad. I don't know how long they have been standing there. You're excited about something, Mayabara. Oishi. You told me last night that there are some things that a man can't give up on. We have to take a chance when it's risky. Keiichi, don't stop me, Dad. I know it's important to be polite, but I need to do this for my friend. I'm not going to stop you. Huh? He gives me a big smile. I've never seen my dad smile like this before. I believe in what you just told Oishi. There are some things that a man should not give up on. You'll encounter something like that in your life sooner or later. If this is that time for you, I'm not going to stop you. Well, Keiichi's father is so cool. Of course he's my dad. He's at least half as cool as me. I'm not from Minamizawa. I can't be on either side, but I'll be observing your actions. If you're going to play a big game, that will determine the outcome. Go all the way. It's what my old friend used to say. And that's why he deserved to get in an accident and get cut off like a pig. Fuck him. God, I hate him. You can't compromise once you have to make a decision. If you're going to forfeit, do so right away. But if you're going to fight, be confident in yourself. Hell yeah. I agree with that, actually. For a few times that I agree with Oishi. I agree with that sentiment. In that situation. You know, actually what's really funny is actually remembering, like, the first chapter and, like, saying, like, oh, you know, I need to, like, tell Oishi everything or whatever. Like, in just, like, the tone shift of how I feel towards him and how that's changed dramatically, it's so interesting. God, it's so fun to see how my opinions of characters have changed so much and how they've evolved. It's very interesting. It's like the score calculation of Mahjong. Even if you get a small amount of points several times in succession, you'll lose if someone scores a lot of points all at once. You just have to be confident when you're ready to fight. Do you play Mahjong too, Mayabara? They started talking about Mahjong. It's going to be interesting. Someone from the committee comes out and tells us to come inside for the meeting. It's time to start the meeting. Alright, let's go inside. I feel like we're finally getting up on the stage. No wonder we felt something was missing at the crowd consultation center. Yeah. This was supposed to be the stage all along. We were fighting with the wrong people for the past 3 days. Let's go. Someone pulls my shirt. Hey, Rika. It's Rika. Keiichi. You're not only Satsuko's best friend, but you're also a member of one of the 3 families in the village. You can just watch what Rena and I are going to do. But if you're willing to help us save Satsuko, I want you to support us. Oh no, she can do whatever she wants. She's Oyashiro-sama reincarnated. You're going to try and change those hard-headed men? I'm going to change them. I told you before. Fate is thinner than a piece of paper. I'll tear it down with these. Oh, what is going to happen? They're calling the tradition of the village the curse of Oyashiro. Shion has an interesting theory. Is Keiichi going to break it down? Can he destroy the curse of Oyashiro-sama? He will break it down. Keiichi has the power to break everything. It's not just Keiichi's power. Because everyone is getting together, Keiichi was able to break everything. This energy is more power than the lucky 6 on the die. This is a fucking 7! It's not luck. He's breaking fate with his ability. Everyone follows Keiichi and enters their symbol. I also follow them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this with Keiichi. If this doesn't work out, that's it for me. I'm going to give it my best. Regulation of the public employees.